just like that, we're live. We're back again. Jacob Huesman, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Gun Bro.
And
happy to be back.
And I can't believe I did this, but Synjen Herren in the studio.
I can't believe I did it either.
So you said you're going to come back every week moving forward?
Once you get the air conditioner fixed.
Co-host.
It's plenty cold in here.
No, sir, no. You'll
Not.
be able to tell in the camera there's plenty of sweat going.
Well, there would be sweat going if we were in a freezer.
Well, that's probably true, too.
What's up, guys? What y'all doing? Where we been? What we doing?
And a whole lot of nothing. Trying to be like you one day. You're going to the gym.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You've been doing that, though. I mean, you don't have much going on right now.
Exactly,
With the world kind of shut down, you're kind of shut down, but you're still able to do your thing.
Yeah. Just working from home, I guess is the best way to put it. But no, not a whole lot of traveling like typical. Just basically work out and try to cook new things and hang out with the boys.
Well, that's all we can do. Just try to be better. Jacob's over here coaching, except you couldn't go to campus, so how's that going?
Here's what I'm pissed off about, first off.
All right.
Okay, I came on a few months ago.
All right.
Had what I thought was a fantastic show.
Right.
On 60 Minute Broadway.
Correct.
And now, flash forward 4 months, 5 months,
It's
however
been-
long it was.
Probably been
longer
longer.
than that.
Yeah.
And I've not been invited back. What'd I do wrong? You got to tell me. What'd I do wrong?
The funny thing about it is you just got invited back. So, listen, I don't want to, blow our wad, I want you to be able to come back and have some substance to talk about.
How long has this thing been going, Gunner?
So,
Forever.
the 60-minute Broadway started, and it was wrestling-based, but it started in March of last year.
Okay.
And then I kind of started wanting to get into having some guests on, started reaching out to some people. That's when you were traveling pretty much all the time.
Are you making excuses?
Yeah,
right now?
that was my first
He
excuse.
is.
That was my first
Yeah.
excuse.
Okay.
Cover my bases.
You can talk wrestling, Synj.
Jacobs,
I did it one time.
yeah, Jacobs came on, but then I was like,
I must have had a bad show.
no,
don't
I just
know.
didn't want to do
I'm sorry.
I didn't want
For
to hide.
whatever I did. I'm sorry.
I'm
Facebook, YouTube. I'm sorry for
I just-
whatever I did that was a terrible show to not be invited back to chat with Gunner.
Well, first of all,
Starting out hot.
I did. I didn't want to waste behind the 60-minute Broadway brand that I didn't think was going anywhere. So I decided I wanted to create my own stuff, and I wanted to be able to interview my own people. So it was just a matter of time about getting you in here.
That's a great excuse.
And this seemed like the perfect opportunity to get the band back together, to honor one of our really good friends, somebody that we all shared the field with, blood, sweat, and tears, locker rooms, bars, spring breaks, many stories we can't tell, all kinds of great things,
Right.
And just kind of honor his life. And one of the ways we're going to be able to do that is everybody kind of got their brains together. I believe you two guys led the charge with Don and TJ Henderson. Carpenter. God, Jesus. Carpenter. Sorry, TJ. TJ Carpenter. And they've put together this amazing golf tournament, memorial tournament for Adam, which is going to take place next Wednesday at Knob North. And it's sold out. 44 teams.
Ish.
Really? 46?
Yeah, we're more to 46.
Yeah, it'll
46 with a waiting list.
Yeah,
almost.
it'll probably end up being about 47, 48 teams.
Yeah.
But it's packed.
Yeah,
If
and
we go any more than that, it's going to be a miserable round of golf because it is going to be slow.
Right. Well, it'll be slow. Whoever's behind me, I feel sorry for, because that'll
It's
probably
a
be a long.
scramble, so you just got to hit one crappy shot, and it'll go out of bounds, and you can pick the best one and hit it again from there.
What if there's 4 crappy shots?
Well,
Just throw your shoulder out. Just throw your shoulder out.
Are you in the morning or the afternoon?
I'm in the afternoon.
Don't worry about it then. It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
There's no raffle after the afternoon group, so don't
Oh,
worry
so
about it.
that's cool. So we just need to make it on time for the raffle.
Yeah, you can.
That's
correct.
You can play all day. I'll probably be gone, but you
Hey.
can stay there all night.
I'm already planning on being there from 5:30 in the morning to 8 at night. So you can, if you're out there on the course, you just let people play through. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, come on by.
I'll be there when you finish to tell you that you did not win one of the prizes, and we'll go home.
Gunner's team started on 13, but he's the last one to finish. How'd that happen? I don't know. He's still in the woods.
It's just typical Gunner.
Yep. So what all went into creating this tournament? What all behind the scenes? I know I was in a group text and I ignored the majority of it. So
Well,
what all exactly happened?
In your typical fashion.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really just honored to really be. Not even. I don't care really about the show. It's just to be in the same room with Gunner Miller because When was the last time that happened?
Well, I believe we went to Fit Plus and we had lunch.
I think
we
that,
worked
Doesn't
out.
count.
We went to Fit Plus,
barely
had
counts.
lunch.
that was a year ago.
No, it wasn't a year ago.
Then it definitely does.
It was well in the past year, and I have done so much better answering your phone calls.
I appreciate that.
And when you text me, I text you back.
That's
Has that not been a complete 360 in my life?
I usually just had to go find you.
Yep.
And that was really easy when we all lived together and Adam was there, and God, that was the house, all right. But
Oh my God, those were the freaking days.
But as
We were over there every freaking day. It felt like.
it was football party.
Football.
There was a school thing in there somewhere, but
So that's a great question. I don't remember class. Like I don't like. I was thinking about that in high school and in college. Like I don't remember class other than hate going to class. Like the walks. I remember the walks. I remember driving to campus and getting a parking ticket. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember anything that I was taught in college.
True.
However, I feel like I'm pretty intelligent at this point because I do a lot of self-educating.
Well, that's what happens when you look in the mirror a lot.
Right, that's true. I'm my best critic because I don't criticize myself.
My whole goal in the show is just to continue to make Jacob laugh, and it's starting. There.
It will.
Yo,
It'll be perfect. This is what we're going to do.
Sorry, Mrs. Miller. I said shit.
Yeah, she got onto you last time. You got to be careful.
I know. I apologize.
All right, so what else went into the tournament, though?
But basically, the whole thing started was like, I think Don initially sent the message that kind of started the whole thing. But in my mind, it was a lot of people couldn't come to the funeral because of the whole virus thing. And it was a very small, just kind of family-oriented thing. And I know us three were able to make it. And but it was so sudden and unexpected, like most of these things are. But it started, I think, as like, hey, let's get the guys together to kind of, in our own way, remember Adam and tell stories and that kind of stuff. And I personally don't play golf, and I know Adam would probably strike me down just for having a golf tournament in his name and it not being a fishing tournament or something like that.
Make a good point.
But fishing tournaments were way too difficult. Maybe in the future, maybe one day.
Yeah,
but,
that's crazy.
But can you imagine a bunch of us out on boats and the alcohol involved, and it just I personally don't see it. I mean, golf carts are one thing, boats are a different animal. But it started just everybody like, hey, let's get together, let's hang out, let's remember Adam, and then it was like, well, since we're all going to be together, let's see if we can raise a little money for Adam's wife Kara and his daughter Maddie and his unborn son baby Adam, and we were just like, hey, how can we do this? Like, let's get the guys together and we'll all kind of chip in and just kind of write one check and be from the boys or from the old Moxes.
Yeah.
And so we threw this thing out there. It kind of started rolling a little bit, and within a week, we had to basically close registration because we were basically at 46, 47 teams, and we were initially looking for 18.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I like to think that people just want to hang out with me, but that's more about like what kind of a guy Adam was, and that's what motivated everybody to want to help and to remember him.
Right, I agree. Jacob, what all did you have behind the scenes? What was you kind of doing? Anything? Just kind of helping out with the guys?
Well, I mean, when we first started talking about this, and we were starting to we were in the early stages of it. Obviously the first thing is, where are we going to have it? Yeah. And the first thing that popped into my mind, because of where Adam was from, where his parents still live, I said, hey, it's got to be Knob North. So that was the first course that I called, and I talked to Eric out there, and he knows Adam's family because he essentially works for Adam's dad. But he had heard about Adam, and the whole community around that area was broken up about it. Yeah. And Eric was great. He said, hey, we'll help you out with whatever you need. You know, you can probably find courses that will be cheaper to play this type of tournament, but we will help you go all out and make it a great tournament. And the people down there really care about him and his family. So that was the first step. And I talked to Eric. They've been great. And then after that, it was just, I texted everybody that I have ever played golf with or that I know that plays golf. Right. And, for a tournament like this, it's actually, we did it a little bit short notice. Yeah. Which we're hoping to make it a yearly thing. Are we not?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That should be a
I
plan.
mean, hopefully, like this. I mean, this year has blown us out of the water as far as what we're kind of expecting, and I hope to continue that through next week when we actually have the tournament and everything works perfectly. And but yes, that's the ultimate goal is to be able to continue this and help raise money for Adam's family, because I know that would be his number one concern, would be his family before anybody else, before himself, before anything.
Yeah.
And then who knows, maybe one day down the road be able to help somebody else's family in the Mock family. And it's just been great how to see the community in Chattanooga. And I mean, I've had hundreds of people reach out. I mean, like I was telling Gunner, and I've read all these emails and text messages and Facebook messages from guys that were 5 years younger than Adam. They may have been on the scout team. They may not have even seen the field. Maybe just didn't even with him for a spring, and what kind of a person he was. So I think having that yearly thing could be just super beneficial to not only his family and him. It gets the guys together, gives us an excuse to hang out and drink some beer.
Yep. And
it could help out other people as well.
Yeah, I haven't been drinking as much here recently. Like, I probably haven't drank this whole year. But you know what? For Adam, yeah, boo, yeah. But for I'll probably drink this at the tournament or whatever. I didn't even know I didn't have to play. I was like, I'm gonna get a team because I want to support.
Well, too late now. You have to play.
And now I'm gonna play.
You already signed up. You're already on the T list.
Oh yeah, he's
we might
in.
We might come in. Oh yeah, for sure. We might come in last place. But we're gonna have a good time.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last. You might as well just go ahead and. I don't really believe the whole golf thing, like the lowest score wins.
Highest score wins.
There's got to be some sort of prize. I think I can come up with something for.
We should do a last place team
whoever
prize.
gets the last. I think we can.
That would be hilarious.
We'll work on that.
Well, I can tell
we
you,
are working on that.
Without trying to win, I unfortunately would win that.
We need to. That's something we need to talk about. We need to come up with a last place.
Gunner
prize.
comes up with a good idea every now and then, and this is
that was a good one.
This is a great one.
I'll take that.
This is a great one. But no, here the thing is, Gunner, you're playing in the afternoon group.
Yeah, I'm in the afternoon flight.
Okay, so you'll have a barbecue lunch when you get there.
Yeah, 11:30, right? That's about 11:30ish.
11:30 will be about when it starts.
We'll get to all the details in a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's 11 or 11:30. I can't remember off the top of my head.
If you show up, you can help us set up lunch. If you show up too early, then bring me something else to eat. Whatever y'all want to do, I'll be there all day.
Gotcha.
But we'll have you a barbecue lunch.
All right.
We'll have a couple of beer carts running around.
Okay.
Beers included.
Okay.
In the price. We'll have a couple of cocktail tents set up.
You could have stopped it. You never mind. Keep going.
Well, I'm letting Facebook and the podcast world know that we're going to have a couple of cocktail tents set up. Those will be a pay for play bar, but the beer's running around for free.
Yeah.
We'll have Coke products running around. You have a barbecue lunch. You're in the afternoon group.
Yeah.
You can buy a $5 raffle ticket and potentially win.
We've got all sorts of things.
We got a bunch of good stuff in the raffle.
Yeah, I sent the list to Gunner, and a lot of it. We've got a lot of our former players and stuff that are in the NFL that have donated jerseys, some other memorabilia, footballs.
Yeah, here's the list. So the raffle items, I can say these, right?
Yeah. You can.
So we're looking at C.J. Board, Jaguar jersey, Keontae Davis, Patriots football. Who's Mack from the Titans? Isaiah Mack.
From Northwest Whitfield
Missing a K.
Yeah,
Missing a K, gotcha.
Also went to Northwest with me and Adam.
Gotcha. Tay Davis, Browns jersey, wine and barrel, 2 bottles of wine.
Bingo.
Yep.
A UTC blank jersey. UTC season tickets.
Well, that's the 53 jersey.
Oh yeah,
that's
Mr. Royster, who's a legend around the park.
Yeah, I saw Royster the other day.
Yeah, he's been helping us out quite a bit. He's got a couple surprises that he's kind of made up for us, and but he was able to help us out and actually made a number 53, which was Adam's number.
Nice.
A jersey made up for him. We'll have that out there as well.
A couple of rounds for Knob North, which is that's worth paying for right there. Mike's used putter, so I'm assuming that's Mike's Golf used putter.
Golf.
Gotcha.
We buy golf clubs.
Mike's Golf used golf bag, key bar, $3 $50 gift cards. John's Barbecue, which is in Dalton, who's going to be not sponsoring, but giving our stuff.
Yeah, they're helping out with lunch. They're great friends of mine personally, and
great barbecue.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. Big Dave, the guy that runs it, and he's one of the best cooks I've ever had. He's late night on his own grill at home or the barbecue at the restaurant. It's just unbelievable. And
whether you're hungover or sober, it's always a good time to go to the Dave's barbecue. That should be the slogan.
Hey, I like that.
That's pretty good.
Corey Levin jersey.
Yep.
Let's see.
What jersey is Corey sending?
I don't really know that. He's actually, Corey's got us a couple of different items I think he's going to help us out with. And I know that he's got some cornhole boards I talked to his wife today about that. We may even do a little silent auction for a couple of these items, some of these bigger ticket items. Right. And those will be yet to be decided. It'll be day of how exactly we'll handle all that. But there will be some really, really nice Titans cornhole boards that are there. I'm not sure if he's going to do a Titans jersey or what. He's bounced around a little bit and been in the league for a few years now, so I can't.
I figured it would probably be Titans. That's where he spent the most of his time.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe we'll get lucky. He'll give us 2 or 3 of them.
Hell, any of them would be cool.
AstroTurf putting green.
Yes. I'm buying a raffle ticket for that one right
via
there.
Thomas. Hey, Thomas, you're probably not listening to this, but however.
Get on Facebook.
I need some more turf for my gym, and I remember us talking about that, so just make sure you bring that.
I'm buying a raffle ticket for that putting green, though. And Hannah is going to be pissed, but I'm going to put it in my side of the garage where I never park.
That's what I have to do.
I am gonna be a putting fool next time I go out and play. I'm winning that one.
Gunner, I think you skipped over this Orange Theory little 4-pack of glasses. I don't know if you know this, but
don't you dare skip over Orange Theory.
Our pal Jacob Huesman over here is a huge Orange Theory fiend. He's into the
all about it.
Are you doing Orange Theory right now?
The whole tight pants.
Don't give me that look. Yes, I am.
No, I'm not saying it's about.
I don't wear tight pants.
I'm sure it's probably hard. It's more like metabolic workouts, right?
Yeah. Well, you do. If you get an hour class, you do about 20-ish minutes on the treadmill, and you run freaking 2.5 freaking miles.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then you get on the rower, and I don't like the rower, so I just kind of goof around a little bit.
Hey, but
and then the weight floor, it depends on how my back feels, but I'll grab a heavy weight every now and again.
Right.
By heavy, you mean? I'm just curious.
70 pounds.
I'm just curious what Orange
Depends
Theory.
on what workout you're doing.
Okay.
They got a heavy dumbbell corner.
Okay.
Over there with the extra rack.
I've never been. I'm just curious.
Well, I'm not surprised, but
So,
I do Orange Theory. Shout out Orange Theory. I go to Orange Theory North Shore. They're fantastic. Check them out. These ones are for the Hickson one, though.
Gotcha.
I believe.
You know Taylor Silverman, right?
Oh yeah.
So he's Taylor Silverman. You know Taylor?
Is he watching?
No, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know who that is.
I'll tag you in here. Anyways,
you've seen him around.
Yeah, you've seen him around. Taylor and his dad created Vive Fitness for Women, which is very similar to. It's like a local version of Orange Theory.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. They have like the whole hydraulic system in there, and it's like you hook up to a heart rate monitor, shows you what you're doing as you're working out. Is that Orange Theory kinda?
Yes, okay. And I also don't love how you threw in there fitness for women. Okay, I feel like while you were giving them the plug, you were also giving me a little jab saying that I'm doing Orange Theory fitness for women.
No,
and I don't appreciate it.
I'm saying Orange Theory is for both people. They go towards women. Like Taylor's dad has written books about training women's fitness. So that's what he's always done. Personal.
That's all well and good, but I still feel like you sent a little jab my way.
I'm just saying you do a similar workout that's also
Orange
got another company that does the same thing that goes straight for women.
Fair enough.
Just say. Anyways,
I'm off the show.
Now we got a couple. Okay, so then a Chattanooga Whiskey Distillery tour.
Yeah, we've got a handful of those. Those guys have been very generous. They're helping us out as far as like offering us a couple of bottles for our winners. Our winners will basically the winners of the tournament will get a little gift set. It'll have a couple of different things that we've somewhat put together. But Chattanooga Whiskey's given us some really nice bottles of whiskey from them, and then a bunch of these distillery tours that we're going to kind of scatter throughout, maybe some different competitions throughout the day, and make sure as many people as possible can win some prizes and go home and be happy.
That's what it's all about. Just go out there, have fun, honor Adam, raise as much money as we possibly can for him, which with all these sponsors and all the raffles and all the guys that are playing, I mean, I'm no mathematician by no means. You guys know that. But I'm thinking that potentially this thing could raise $50,000.
I mean, I don't want to shoot too high, just my own personal. But I mean, it's hard for me not to think that that's not achievable.
Right.
I definitely hope. I mean, Adam's worth. I would never tell him this to his face, but I mean, I could never put a price on him, and he was always that guy that we all joke about it. He was always that guy that had the tool or knew how to do everything.
Yeah.
Since we lost him, there's been so many things where I'm like, God, I need to do something. And usually I just pick up the phone and call Adam, and me and TJ and Matt Lettner were over there. We were washing his boat, and I think it was Matt or TJ made a joke about, have you ever used that tool, that Japanese double twisted backward saw? And most people, you know how you read that on something, you're like, what even is that? And Adam would be like, yeah, I've got 2 of them right over here.
Yeah.
And then show you how to use it and everything like that.
Come on over here and check this out now.
Yeah, it'd be and no matter what, he had a solution to everything, and it wasn't bullshit. It was 100% the right way to do it, and it still just blows my mind. So I mean, I definitely couldn't put any kind of price on anything. We just want to do as much as we can as a Chattanooga family and as the old Mocs to kind of get together and do what we can for his family and his kids.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to stress as much whenever I'm talking to somebody about it. It's like, you can't get a team together. We're pretty much we're at capacity and a little bit. We're pouring out of the cup a little bit. But you can still come down, check it out. If you were a Mocs fan, or if you came to the games, or if you knew Adam, if you knew any of us and you just want to come hang out, I mean, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're kind of telling any and everybody that wants to come, be able to do anything they can. Really, that lunchtime period is going to be the big gathering of everyone. That's where we're going to do the raffle. It's roughly going to be from about 11:30 to 1:30. We may give and take a little bit. We may try to start it a little early, let it run a little long, depending on who all is going to be there and how long people are going to hang out. But I know is it D.R. Horton, the construction company Adam worked for? Those guys have been just unbelievably appreciative. They've done all sorts of things, and they're going to come down and just show their support. And a lot of their guys aren't really playing golf or anything, but they're just coming to meet people. And I know Adam's wife Kara is going to be there with their daughter Maddie, and Kara kind of came into the picture a little later after the football days, and she wants to meet a lot of these guys that were a part of his life for so long.
Right.
So we're telling anybody that, I mean, if you can stop by for 5 minutes, you can come hang out with us for 5 hours. Like Jacob said, we're going to be there 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and probably not be gone until 8 o'clock that evening.
That's what I'm planning on.
So any support, if you just want to stop by and just say, hey, I love it, I loved Adam, or I didn't even know the guy, but I love y'all. Whatever anybody wants to do, we're open to anything.
Or if you didn't love us and you just wanted to love on Adam and his family a little bit, that'd be appreciative too, because I'm sure there's some people out there that have those feelings.
No, there's no chance.
We didn't rub anybody the wrong way?
I am about the best teddy bear you could ever find.
You are a teddy bear. You are sweet.
Lovable.
Very sweet. I believe it's going to be fun. If there was ever a group of guys at UTC that knew how to throw a party, I feel like those guys are involved in helping head this up. So if you want to come to the closest thing possible to an old school, old mock, blue and gold FSU party, I suggest that you come to Knob North next Wednesday and just kind of show up. If you need something to get broke, I might know a guy. But it's going to take some liquid courage.
Please don't break anything.
Please
don't break anything.
Now you got a little itch going, and I don't know how many people are out there watching, but I know you said you got just ridiculous views last week. 12
how many we got so far? Can you keep count on that?
Trust me, when this is up, I'll Facebook add this thing. We'll have views for this, trust me.
I mean, we were talking 12, 14,000, whatever.
We'll get it again.
I hope we blow that out of the water. But you just said some things that just reminded me of some good times, and I know we've got a lot of work to do on Wednesday, and there's going to be a lot of things going on, and it'll be good to see everybody, but I'm asking for a commitment right here, right now.
No, not on live air.
On live air.
Do it.
For Thursday evening, Gunner Miller. We don't have to do anything crazy, but I would like to have at least 1 or 27 adult beverages.
I love this.
With the one Gunner Miller, like Thursday nights used to be the night. That used
Sing it.
Dollar beer nights at Sing It.
Sing it.
50-cent wing night at Mike's. I mean, there's all sorts of things that can go down on a Thursday night. I just need a public guarantee that you'll be there.
You ain't getting it.
You can't ask permission. You can't.
Do it.
I'll get you a babysitter, whatever you need. I'll make sure it happens. I don't need it. I'm asking you right now. Your people. This is your show.
I love this.
And
This is a great show so far.
This is probably the worst thing you could put me in the spot on. There's like 3 questions.
Do it.
Tia, I love you, and I just can we get a close up of Gunner right now?
Do it. Put him on. Yes.
I know I'm sweating a
Did it
little
just
bit.
get hot in here?
But
it already was.
so I just need that commitment before I mean I can walk off the show right now.
So here's what I'll say. You know, remember earlier I said hard points, talking deep, you get into the camera. This is hard point. So here's what I'll say. Oh man, here's Fitz, Gunner, FSU, old school, Don Cope crib. It ain't Don's house, Gunner's house, boy. You understand?
the house that Gunner destroyed.
Yeah,
if you were there that
Who
night.
said that?
Do what?
Who said that?
Brian Fitzgerald. Fitz is on here.
Fitz. What's up, dog? Tell Gunner that ain't his house.
No, that's Gunner's house. Anyway, so I'll tell you this. Unless I just absolutely can't, I will come out Thursday.
Not good enough.
No, I don't think I'm comfortable with that answer.
Okay, well, here's what I'll
That
tell
is
you.
not good enough.
Here's what I'll say. I'll come out Thursday.
That's all I needed. I'll stay on. How well, you said we're doing 24 hours here?
You said this is about making a point.
So this is the Adam
This
Miller
is not
Telethon.
good
We're going to do
enough.
24 hours.
Perfect.
Taking donations every 30 minutes on the calls.
I don't think Adam would skip out on a Thursday.
Adam wouldn't skip out. That's why I said I might drink, or I'm going to drink probably Thursday, next Wednesday for the tournament.
Well, if you're gonna do it one day, you might as well do it 2 days. If everybody's doing it, you know the rule.
The only thing is I'm going on
Everybody's doing
vacation that Friday, so I got to get up and drive to Gulf Shores, Alabama. But
When are you going on vacation?
next Friday. So after the
I'm
tournament.
going on Thursday.
Are you? Where are you going?
Destin.
We were going to go to Destin.
You gonna come over? Hang
So
out?
far away.
It'll be me and the in-laws.
Yeah. So we're taking my mom and dad. Me and Tia taking mom and dad and Marcus down there. We're going to go.
That's nice.
Go fishing on Saturday. Take dad out fishing. Marcus out fishing. Tia's on go. Mom's gonna stay on the beach. That's her thing. So
That's what I'll be doing.
it'll be fun though. And then my sister and brother-in-law and everybody's coming. Their whole family's coming down Saturday night, and they're staying for the week. We're just going down for like an extended weekend, but it'll be fun. So here's my thing. I think
Maybe
that
we'll
I
come
can
over and
say. I think it's far away.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think so. We won't. Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
say it on
We're
there.
gonna stay there.
Yeah, we'll stop by. Fitz said, "What's up, Jacob?" By the way,
Fitz, what's up, dog?
Don Cope's in the house.
Don Cope.
Don, you just missed it.
He's in the house.
Don Cope's in the house. You just
What's
missed
up,
it.
Don?
Not the house that Don built.
Yeah, not at the house at Don, but it's Gunner's house.
No, it's your house, Don. I know you're watching now. It's your house.
Listen,
That was your house.
I think-
Gunner, every item of
Corey Levin in the building.
every article of furniture that Gunner broke, you had to clean up, and I feel bad to it to this day.
Listen,
Sorry, Don.
Don did clean, but he also made me clean too.
We tried.
He was never nice to me about it.
We tried to do. We tried to pick up as best as
He
we could.
shouldn't have been
Listen,
nice to
we
you
always
about
had.
it.
We always had leftover crystals to give him too.
here's my problem. Everyone knew.
Ooh, that is true. That's worth it.
Everyone knew that after about 3/4 of a bottle of Fireball, that the part it was done. I couldn't, and it was like we just kept doing it every weekend.
Yep.
I was about to start off on a story that I cannot tell. Speaking of crystals,
Corey can't wait to see you either. Dude, I know. I'm sitting here just holding stories, and I'm like,
Oh, there's so many that I mean, like
it's not
just
good.
seeing
This
you
one-
guys
this
brings
one
back
is-
all the stories.
Yeah, this one. Never mind. I can't tell this one legally on air.
exactly. Yeah. There's some.
We have jobs and lives, and that
Yeah,
just doesn't work.
I'll pass.
All right, so next
That was
Thursday.
a good one too. I'm pissed.
That's what. Okay, for sure. Next Thursday, I'll come out.
That's all I needed.
That was a lot more solid, and I appreciate that.
I think he
Yeah.
was. I think he was literally sitting there reading text messages from Tia, like, okay, it's okay.
No, she'll let
was,
me.
wasn't it?
She'll come.
she watching?
We
Is she
hadn't been
watching?
out. I don't know if she's watching right now.
She's
or not.
probably
She'll
watching.
watch though.
He's coming out Thursday. I'm leaving Thursday, so I won't be there. But he's coming
She
out.
probably wants to get out, dude. She has been in the house since this whole thing has happened. Just between like Marcus and me and jobs, like we just can't do anything. There's nothing really to do, you know. So she's ready to get out and do something. So I think she'd probably enjoy going out, doing golf, going out, then going to Florida. It's like a vacation.
I was about to say you might as well take a week long. Like
Yeah.
just extending the weekend.
We're off that
I'm
Friday
sure we're gonna
anyways.
drink on Tuesday before it.
And I got to go to Lace
Come
on
on.
Friday to get my hair cut. That's
My
like,
dad will be
got
here.
yeah. It's like a
Coach Huesman will be here.
I saw that.
one and only.
Speaking of, I wanted to run through a list of some of the guys that are coming out
Yeah,
and maybe give
pull it
some
up.
feedback. So I got it right here.
Do it.
All right, so the morning flight, some of the guys that I'm looking at, I see Ryan Basong and Whit Shelton.
Yeah, man, the
Yeah,
one and only. I mean, he's
Whit's coming down.
Whit better be watching.
Yeah, he's coming. He's coming for sure. I've been talking to him. I was kind of hesitant there for a little bit, but you all you have to do is kind of tease him with a few things, and you can hook him in.
Tell him, like,
free
hey, man,
natural lights.
Hey man, you probably
for
don't want to come.
starters.
It's for a really good cause. It's for one of your former teammates that you actually love. So you probably don't want to come though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
You just tell him like, hey, it's not going to cost you anything. Like, yes, it will, but you just tell him that, and he'll be there.
He'll get. Yeah,
I
that's
hope
cool.
he's not watching.
Yeah. So I hope Ryan brings some extra money to pay for Whit to get in. He'll probably not want to pay.
Pretty funny.
All right.
That's
So
pretty good.
sharing hole one, we're looking at Tyler Massey, Caleb Robertson.
Yep.
Is it Roberson or Robertson?
Robertson. That
Robertson?
is the RSS Insurance Group. Tyler Massey is actually my old high school head coach's son, Phil Massey.
Oh, okay. So
head
Coach
coach
Massey's
at
son.
Baylor.
Yeah.
Tyler Massey.
He played quarterback there before you, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He was a minor league baseball player for a long time.
Yeah.
And now Caleb Robertson.
Yankees, right? Was it Yankees?
No,
did he get
was
drafted? by-
Rockies.
Rockies. Okay.
And Caleb Robertson is actually my neighbor. He lives right up the street now. And his dog, his puppy, and my dog are freaking best friends.
Gotcha.
So they're playing on a team, and that actually is probably going to be the team that I jump on.
Yeah, your
just
name's
'cause
right
like
here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you're on
It's
that team.
tentative still.
Tentative,
but it's
okay.
probably going to be me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may play in both flights.
Gotcha.
Depending on who you say in the afternoon flight, I'm playing both flights.
Gotcha. Clint Walford, Richard Spangler, Kurt
Yep.
Keene, and Andrew Holt.
Spangler is actually one of the guys who's helping us out
Yeah,
with this thing.
Spangler's the guy I was telling you about.
Is he your buddy that does these golf tournaments?
Yep,
Okay.
and that's his deal. He has the Budweiser connections. He's got the Chick-fil-A connections.
Nice.
So he's been helping us out a bunch, and he's playing on Clint's team, who, of course, is Bucky Walford's son, who
Yeah.
a lot of stuff at Chattanooga is named after. So
Is it
strength coach?
Yeah, the Walford strength and conditioning coach.
Yep,
was
that's
center.
him.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen. Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go. Steve James, Mike Sloat.
yeah, that's my buddy Steve. He was my old cable guy. You remember Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Steve came by 1710. Steve's our old cable guy from he don't work at Comcast anymore, but
17. That was the house over there.
From
My
Bennett
temple.
Avenue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was.
oh yeah, that's my buddy Steve James.
I don't care what anybody says. The two goat houses was Don's house on Linden Hall and that house.
I'd say that there was one other one that came.
CJ and Ryan.
I was about to say
over there.
the birdhouse, which CJ and Ryan had.
And Riley.
It was a little.
Riley was on there, too.
It was a little after yours. I don't like to count Riley though. He just.
I didn't see the name.
Why?
I know he's somewhere across the country, but I didn't see his name.
Oh, Riley. Yeah, he couldn't make it. He.
couldn't.
What's so
dude lives
important?
In freaking
Uh,
Seattle.
yeah,
Or,
you know-
Seattle.
Well, I'm not gonna say that because he was.
Oh, is he a part of the Chaz group up there in Seattle right now?
Chaz.
The Capitol Hill Anonymous,
Oh,
the people that have shut down the 6 blocks in Seattle.
oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, anyway, so he's not part.
We're not getting into politics here.
Oh, okay, sorry. I kind of ventured into
yeah.
that a little bit. Anyways, Stan Dickert and Gibby Gilbert.
I have no.
Yeah.
idea.
Hey. Okay. Keep an eye on that team, folks, because Gibby Gilbert is a freaking Chattanooga golf legend. That son of a gun finished second for the Masters golf tournament in
Like as an amateur at UTC?
no,
Or like
he
after
was
his
a
career was over.
professional golfer.
Wow.
And he almost won the Masters.
Wait a
So
minute.
Oh yeah, we're not.
keep
We
an
didn't
eye
put
out
any.
for that
We
group.
didn't put any limits on who could play. Like we were.
Well, he's hitting from the senior tees.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah. Keep an eye out for that.
How
team
old is this
because-
man? When did he play? Jack Nicklaus?
Gibby,
Do I
actually, you know what? That does not sound wrong. That does not sound wrong.
That's
Jack
impressive,
Nicklaus.
actually.
Yeah, he's a freaking golf legend. So keep an eye out for that team, the Steve James, Gibby Gilbert,
All right.
Mike Slody team.
Yeah. So when this is done,
That'll be a good one.
We're going to give our top 5 of who we think could play.
Let's do a bracket. That'll be
We
fun.
could do like who we think's going to do it,
We
and then
missed March Madness. Let's
Listen,
do a
as long as Jacob doesn't play, because Jacob knows. I
I'm
know.
playing. I already said I was playing in both flights.
I know 7 names on this list. I'm kidding. I know more than that. But
you're playing the second flight too.
I'm not sure yet.
You want to be
probably.
you want to be like the 5th person to my team, but also take shots.
Yeah, that's
It's
Can't do that legally. Can't do five-man teams.
But what?
Sorry.
I'll be on your team to take shots, but
Yes.
just not with a golf club.
I love it.
Fair,
I love it.
Fair. How about both of you do that? Because McCarter's on my hole too, so that'd be fun. Anyways, Nick Pollard. No, I missed one. Hang on. Hole 4. Sorry, Zach King, Matt Elliott, Daniel Price, and Nick Stevens. Fun fact: Daniel Price is actually the owner of the company that I work for.
Really?
Yeah. So he knows TJ.
You signed them up?
I did not sign him up.
TJ did initially.
TJ signed him up initially, but 12 Point Logistics also sponsored one of the holes, so it might actually be the hole that he's starting at, hole 4. So, but they're actually working through another.
We can work that out.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun
for
group.
an extra fee, of course.
Yeah, hole 5, it's looking like the the specialist team. In 2 different categories.
That's
Nick
correct.
Pollard, Craig Kamei, and Mike Hammonds. So that'll be a fun team. Who's going to be the fourth?
I think he's got a fourth.
We've got a handful of singles that we're going to try.
If I could throw somebody out, I would say Blake Coddington.
Man, what is Coddington up to?
I don't know. But I haven't
He didn't say
haven't thought of that person since we've got done playing. And that when I mentioned those 3
Sorry
names,
if you're watching Coddington.
that's the fourth one that pops into my head. I like Blake.
I do too.
I always had to get Blake was always fun. Hole 6, Hunter Ballou, Hayden Edwards, Matthew Cleary, and Will Rawls.
Yep, they emailed the adam.miller.memorial@gmail.
Oh, so they just signed up.
Yeah,
they were actually one of the first.
Great.
They were actually probably the first 5 to sign up.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that was really cool because we did what we could to kind of spread the news and share it, but we've been on here obviously, and then Paul Sheen from Channel 3
did a great story.
has been great as far as helping us just kind of promote this thing and get the word out. And then of course Sport Talk Radio, those guys have done a couple of things with me and Jacob, and I guess Jacob and I. But
there's no proper grammar on this show.
Exactly. But those guys, everybody's helped out tremendously as far as spreading the word, and that's what I personally like give them all the credit to us taking a week to be able to fill this whole tournament up.
Yeah.
That's all thanks to those guys, and I know some of them will be in attendance as far as playing, and running some more stories and that kind of stuff, just helping us spread the word again.
Well, I'm about to speed this up a little bit because this could take all day.
Good luck.
Say, just go with some of the
Good
players.
luck.
I'm going with the guys I know.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Just keep going.
I'm going to everybody. All right, here we go. So Coy Lewis has a team. We don't know who else is on that. Nathan Locke, Jack Hitchens, Heath Patterson, David Cook, TJ. Oh, here we go. This is going to be a fun group right here.
Yeah.
TJ Hurlis, Will Hewitt, Chris Harr, and Cortland Elsie.
I would be willing to bet
That'll be a fun team.
that group drinks the most beer out of everybody combined.
I'll put a bet on that.
I would put a bet on that as well because I'm about to name another team right behind them that could also possibly put some beers depending on what they want to do. Hole number 9, my boys here. Now, this is probably favoritism. This is my boys, though. Shane Heatherly, Nick Davison, Ryan Consiglio, and Don Cope.
Oh,
Listen, I would give credit to I'd give credit to everybody except I think Nick D's way past his prime. I don't think.
Don't you ever question a founding father of the FSU crew? Okay, I'm texting him right now.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
He's probably watching. Are you watching?
He don't
better
have
be
Facebook.
watching.
I don't even know if he has social media.
I don't know.
What?
Nick couldn't.
Dude's a football coach.
Nick couldn't
Oh, he
even
probably
see-
does.
If he doesn't have social media, he needs to quit.
It's probably Coach Nick at TSU.
Yeah,
That's
it's
probably
something
exactly
cute.
what
I'm
it
just
is.
really glad these cameras are high enough because Nick could not step over these tables right here.
I'm not telling him you said that.
I will tell him.
He's
Can I tell a
watching.
funny?
He knows.
I got a great
Go
college
ahead.
story.
I can't wait to hear this.
So I don't know if you guys were there. This might have been right before we all started hanging out or anything. Anyways, we was at some apartment downtown. We were on the porch and it had been raining. And me and Nick, we were already about a half a bottle of Fireball in, so it was FSU time about that. You know, we were breaking shit and we was talking shit out back. We were ready to fight people for no reason.
Sorry for the S word.
Yeah, sorry for the S word there, 4-letter word. We're breaking stuff. And there's a railing, like a little porch railing, and Nick looks at it, and it's probably, I don't know, higher than my waist, maybe like nipple high, chest high. And Nick goes, I think I can jump on top of that. And I was like, what do you mean think you can jump on top of that? I was like, no, you can't. He's like, yeah, I can. And then somebody outside, some frat boy or something was like, no, man, you can't jump on top of that. You're too big for that. And Nick was like, oh, I'm too big. So whenever Nick heard he was too big, now Nick's ready to do something. So Nick goes, all right, hey, bro, check this out. Here's my drink. I'm going to jump. But if I fall, catch me. I'm like, bro, all day. I got you. I'm not going to let you fall and get hurt out here.
First off, he wants you to hold his drink and then catch him.
Well, I put
what
the
are you
drink-
supposed to do? Spill the
Right?
drink?
Okay, so I put the drink down.
That's
Let's-
messed up.
Let's play it out. Put the
That's
drink down.
jacked up.
I'm sitting here. I'm hyping my boy up. Hey, man, listen, you got this. We're in the best shape of our lives. We're young, ready to do this. Jump up there. You got it. Nick's kind of in a puddle that he doesn't know about. Nick goes to jump. Nick doesn't make it. His feet hit. He actually gets up there. His feet hit the rail, but they go out from under him. So now he's falling backwards. Nick's 300 pounds. And I mean, not the strongest person in the world. I tried to catch him. But actually, I just sat there and watched. I didn't even put my hands out.
In typical Gunner fashion, like, yeah, bro, I got you.
I didn't expect him to get up that high. I expected him to like bunny hop and then come back down like, oh man, that's too high. He actually got up there and surprised me, but his feet slipped and he fell down. And he landed on his head. Like his back, head like snapped off the ground. He's bleeding now. Like he's busted open and he got a concussion. Like a on record, go to the athletic trainer, couldn't practice in a green jersey. Concussion because of me. He never lets me live that down.
Wow.
But it's a funny story.
It's a great story.
I could tell a bunch of other Nick stories that are not about to be told.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, not telling any more of those Nick stories. That's for another day. If no one knew, me and Nick shared a room. Actually, Nick had a room, and I decided that's also my room, and I'm going to live there. So I bought a mattress. Actually, I stole Don's mattress. I stole Don's mattress.
You still watching, Don?
Stole Don's. Well,
I didn't know about
it. It was like Don's dorm room mattress. Then this was at Linden Hall, so I put Don's mattress in Nick's room, and then I pretty much lived there all the time. Anyways, that's what I called it my house. I wasn't even paying rent there. Anyways,
yeah, I mean that's what I did. I showed up and because I knew Adam first and
never left.
And then I was like, oh, I kind of like these guys.
Yeah.
Little did I know, I actually hate every one of them. But
right.
I stayed there. There was 3 of us in a room at one point, I think.
You hate with love.
Every time.
Listen, the more people would not understand how many guys we have crammed in a bed and slept.
I'm trying to think how many.
Like the most amount of guys in a bed sleeping together at the same time.
No, I'm just thinking about that house.
Now it's getting weird.
Well,
no, summers.
That summer when it was Shane and Adam upstairs and Dawn.
Yeah.
And downstairs it was me, you, Jared, Stackhouse, Kevin Revis, Pat Sutton,
Bailey.
Bailey, yeah, Bailey.
Ashland.
Yep.
Where was I staying during that? Oh, I lived in town. Never mind.
Yep,
I was on Signal Mountain.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Yeah, you had a bed.
I had my own home with my own room with a big king size bed, and my mom cooked us dinner every night. It was fantastic.
We ate crystals.
We had an unfinished basement, no AC. The AC would go out because too many people taking showers and there.
It was nothing but just plain mattresses all over the ground everywhere.
It looked like a bunch of army cots.
Yep.
Literally, there was a stack house.
The Stackhouse just slept wherever he could.
Who else was there?
Man, it was huge. I mean,
You
remember we thought we were professional too that one time when we got all the wood floor from the platforms.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was really
we
nice.
We kind of built the bar and we made it look legit. We thought we were on top of the world.
Except there was like one part where it would fall off, and that was the worst thing for when you were drunk.
You'd break those ankles every time.
Yeah. God, man, good times.
And it was always funny because Adam was always like the adult of the house, and he would either like be the one out there raging with us, or be the one like telling everybody to calm down, or he would just leave.
Yeah. He would leave, wouldn't he?
Yeah, anytime he knew and he didn't want to be. That was typical Adam fashion.
Yeah.
He's the most stubborn person I have ever met in my entire life. He was never he doesn't compromise. He does what he wants to do, and it doesn't matter if there's 5 of us sitting there and everybody says, "Hey, let's go have Mexican." If Adam wanted Chinese, he was going to get Chinese.
Yeah.
And he didn't
He did do that.
He didn't hold it. He didn't hold it against anybody or didn't like make it a big deal. He just would go do what he wanted, and there was no.
He did.
Between that and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
That those were his things. He just whatever he wanted to do. That's what there was no compromise. There was no like, hey, let's go on the lake today. Well, I don't want to go. Okay, well I'll just go out there by myself then. And he would do it and have the best time of his life. Like,
it's the way to live.
I can't argue with it.
Do what makes you happy and keep doing it.
Bingo.
All right, so Ryan Consiglio, Don Cope. Anyways, next, Chris Johnson, Casey Consiglio, Ryan Ellerman, and Rob Stevens. I know Casey.
Yeah, that's Consig's brothers group.
Yeah, I know Casey. I'm assuming that's a Franklin group or some Nashville boys.
Yeah, something like that.
Ryan's brother is actually like extremely intelligent. Like,
I thought you were gonna say good at golf.
He is good at golf.
Put money on him.
I think he's good at golf as well. I don't know if it's a winning team or not, but hole 10B, Tyler Owenby and teammates, and then you got this team right here. If if I knew these guys were playing, I wouldn't even have to see the list to know that they're on a team together. Thomas Green, B.J. Coleman, Joel Bradford, and Josh Tripp, which I don't know if I know.
We
him.
call that Team McCallie. Team MCCALLIE. Let's go Big Blue, go McCallie. That's that team.
Team high maintenance.
That's a really
Team Pretty Boy. Team Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
Is Tom watching this?
Tom
Who from McCallie is watching this?
Probably none of them.
Team Pretty Boy.
Team Pretty Boy. That's right. Team high maintenance.
F 'em.
Team haircut.
Go Big Red.
Hole 12, you got BJ's dad, Big Byron Coleman, and some of his boys. It looks like he played with back in the day, Joe Pitasso, Tom Pekinas, and Greg Carter. What some names there, boys. Hole 13A, Claude, Craig, Scott, Chitwood, Wayne, Mathis.
So you know who those guys are, don't you?
Harold Brooker. I probably know their face.
Well, no.
Wrong. You don't.
That second name
I
right
hope
there,
you-
Sheriff of Whitfield County. He wanted to come show some support. All those guys are my dad's good buddies, and the sheriff, I think.
Oh, I do know him. I've been to the shooting range.
Oh, yeah. County commissioners, and there's a lot of those guys that have wanted to come show some support. And
Awesome.
I actually think they're pretty good at golf too.
Okay. 13B has a guy named Brian Smith with teammates. And then you got one of the coaching teams. You got hole 14, Big Rusty Wright, my man.
Yeah, this is actually some of the names in this group are wrong. Tell me who they are.
Ricky Spalding, Mike Yeager, and Chris Malone.
So the morning group of coaches is going to be Coach Wright. It's going to be Ricky Spradling.
Spradling. Somebody put
Yeah,
that
you
wrong.
misread that.
No,
It's dead wrong.
Spalding. I went to East Ridge, but that
well,
said
then
Spalding.
Don misspelled it. I didn't even
Way to
read
go,
that.
Donald.
Yep, that's
So,
a Don
but that's
problem.
Ricky Spradling. He'll be in the morning group with Coach Wright, and then Joe Pizzo, our offense coordinator, and Lorenzo Ward, our defense coordinator. are going to be in the first group.
That's awesome.
Yep, whammy.
So he
Whammies.
was there when my brother-in-law was playing at UTC.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Yeah, he was
He
the
definitely
defensive
was.
line coach, I believe, or maybe the defensive line coach when my brother-in-law was
That
playing in
sounds
the,
about
in the
right.
mid-'90s. Yeah. Hole 15, Bill Ware, Graham Ware, Blaine Snyder, Randy Price.
That's friends of. I think that's friends of Kara, is it not?
Possibly.
Okay, cool.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I
Because
think-
TJ said
yeah, I
that
think-
Kara reserved a team for the Wares.
Yep, I believe you're right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this team says Josh Bain, Dean Burke, Taylor May, and Adam Trotman. Is that
correct.
Josh Kane or Josh Bain?
It's Josh Bain. I checked the email.
Okay, so who's that? Do we know?
He emailed the.
Oh, just emailed the group?
Yeah, he emailed
Awesome.
the group, and I said, "Thanks, Josh.
Appreciate it.
We'll put you down."
Fantastic. Looks like we have another opening right there on that hole 16B, which might, be whoever. Paul Shaheen from WRCB
that's
TV
Paul.
ran into Paul at Walmart the other day. Paul said he's playing. He's going to run a story and help us out however he can. And then Jeffrey Sykes, hole 18 right there.
I think that's the company. Or wait, no, who's Jeffrey Sykes? That's your buddy, the East Ridge guys.
Okay,
Yes,
so
it is.
That's
Yes,
my cousin
absolutely.
Kenny Custer
Yes,
and
yeah,
some of
yeah,
the
yeah.
awesome,
That's him.
fantastic. Yeah, they reached out to me as soon as we announced this, and they were ready to play. They wanted to help out.
We've saved him a team from day one.
So that's 7:30 a.m. when that takes off, and then there will be an intermission from between like 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 where we're doing the lunch and the raffle and all the ticket prizes and all that cool stuff, kind of where everybody gets together and gets to mingle and see each other again.
Exactly. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of that first group. Most of them won't be finished up at that point, but we're hoping we get that second group in a little early. Go ahead and register those guys. Kind of get people start eating, checking out some of the prizes and stuff we're going to have, some of the raffle giveaways, and then as that first group's finishing, they come in and eat and everything, and everybody kind of commingles. I know some of the guys I know Don mentioned he wanted to kind of get up and tell some stories, and we just want as many people to kind of be there and tell stories and meet people. And I know Kara would love to see some of the guys, and Adam's parents, Mike and Ernie, are both going to be there, and his brother Dean and sister-in-law Katie, they're all going to be there, and they love to hear stories. And and especially Dean and Katie, they're allowed to hear some of the not so public stories that makes them laugh a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
If you're gonna show up and not play golf, that's when you need to show up. Is when the lunch crowd is there, because we're already expecting it to be freaking rocking. and that's fine. We're ready for it, all right? But if you want to show up, that's when you need to show up because all the morning group's going to be done. Afternoon group's going to register. All the family's going to be there.
And I know
that's when you need to show up.
A lot of guys, like a lot of the old mocks I've talked to.
Hell yeah.
That's when those guys are going to try to come. I know, like today, I've talked to CJ Board, Keontae Davis. I'm trying to think of who else is all coming. They're not necessarily playing in the tournament or anything like that.
They was told not coming.
Kadeem, oh God.
I'm gonna try to talk him into it.
Okay, that'd be good. I even think Josh Freeman's going to try to drive up. There's a lot of those guys that are going to come, just hang out. Chris Mays, just to kind of see people and hang out and again tell those stories and that sort of thing, just to be around.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. That'll be a great time to be there. And then at 1:30 p.m. we're kicking off the afternoon flight.
Here we go.
This first team is gonna be a fun one. These Mox goons: Brian Milliken, Casey Johnson, Lee Smith, and Ira Weiss. Also in that first hole, Dylan Finch, Kevin Finch, Jake McClendon, Wilson Land. Don't know those guys. Maybe they signed up.
I think they were emails.
Okay, awesome. The next, Houston Nichols, Graham Nichols.
Yeah,
Michael
you remember
Slowey.
Graham?
Yeah, dude, love Graham. I came in with Graham.
Cousin Houston, who just finished up being a GA at UTC.
Yeah, me and Graham came in together.
And then old Slow Dog, he's there.
Me and Slowey came in together, yeah. And Hunter Nall, Steve James, Mike Sloat, Stan Dickert, and Gibby. They already.
Oh, that sounds like a Don Cope messed up.
That's a mess up, Don.
Don,
you did.
This is the Adam Miller Memorial autocorrect, or what is this? What do you call it when you're trying to review a paper? What's it called when you're
edit?
Thank you, Ethan.
Yes.
Editorial.
This is the editorial.
Yes. This is the edit session.
Yep.
Don, if you're still
Don,
watching,
get on it. We got an extra team
they are
available
a morning
now.
Group team.
All right. Hole 4, Stephen Bridges and team. Hole 5,
email.
Chuck.
Were they an email?
Well, Stephen Bridges is a he's a Northwest guy.
Okay.
Down in Cohutta Varnell area. He's
Good guy.
long time friend of Adam.
Awesome.
Okay.
Chuck True.
Same thing with
Same
Adam.
thing?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
they've all been around for a very, very long time from T-ball and high school, and still even this day Adam and them, they got into camping and that sort of thing, and that whole crew's all been with them.
Sweet. Okay, and hole 6. Look at this team. You ready for this
Go
team?
ahead. Yes.
I can't wait to do this team. This team right here. George Wright, Russ
Yes.
Huesman, Freddie
Yes.
Simmons, and Buddy Nix.
That's a good team.
That's a
Watch out for that
That's
team.
another quality
Listen,
team.
that's a cheating team. I'm going to tell it
That's
right now.
dead wrong. That's dead
I want
wrong.
eyes on Coach Huesman.
That's dead wrong.
I want eyes on George Wright, and I want eyes on Buddy Nix all day, okay?
That's dead wrong.
Yep.
Russ Huesman has not cheated at golf a day in his life. George Wright, for sure. Okay, George Wright has. I'm
Listen,
sure he's not watching right now.
I want a
think
drink
George has
count on
Facebook.
George Wright. I want a drink
that's
count
true.
on him.
I want a
and
cigarette count on George Wright.
I want to put his score in.
You can follow. You're playing in the. No, you're playing in the same group. You
Well,
can't do it.
I do know another cool thing, like Jake was talking earlier. Eric Hester from Knob North, their pro golfer, has helped us out tremendously. And you were talking about the score. I know we're going to send an email out here in the next day or two that has the information on how to do it. But they actually have an app now where you can live track your score. So Eric's going to go ahead and put everybody's name in the computer, and as the day progresses, you can check your competition. You can see who's doing better, who's doing worse. It'll be per hole, and you can see it, the team names, and as well as the carts. They've got that in there. They've got those cool little GPS carts.
Yeah.
I'm actually semi-worried about that because I think it might escalate to cheating.
I could see that too.
Because if you're on your 14th hole
And you forget your app?
of your round, no. But if you look on your app and you say, oh, man, my buddy's team is 3 strokes ahead of us right now, maybe you guys eagle a hole that was really a par. I don't know.
Yep. All I
It could be
know
bad.
is you can purchase mulligans. And
You can.
I mean,
Tell them about the mulligan package.
listen, I don't know. Jacob and those guys are pretty professional golfers. They like to play things by the books. So they may try to set a limit on your
Wrong.
They may try to set a limit on your mulligans.
Buy as many mulligans as you
But
want.
if-
I don't give a shit.
But if you want to come to me and say you hit a 3 for the whole tournament, you give me enough cash, we'll make it happen.
Now we're talking about.
All right. Well, if you come up to Synjen and say that you shot a 3 for the whole tournament on 18 holes, you shot a 3, you will not be getting a gift basket.
Don't listen.
Now you're making me look like the bad guy.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on here.
Keep going. We're not even 3 holes in. Keep
hole
going.
7A, Kermit McManus.
Yep, he was an email.
Okay.
Kermit just got off the wait list.
Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations, Kermit.
Congratulations, Kermit.
Rick Johnson.
You are not.
You're going to Hollywood. All right, so Rick Johnson, hole B with team. Wesley Powell, hole 8 with team. Hole 9.
Wes Powell may be the tallest person at the tournament.
Really?
You know Big West, 6'11"-ish.
Offensive lineman at UTC? Wow.
No. He played at Tusculum. He's
tight end security.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you know him from.
Yeah.
Wes name dropped Synjen really hard.
Yeah.
Wes sent an email when we were booked up, and Don emailed him back from that email address and said, "Hey, we're actually on a wait list." And Wes emailed him back and said, "Well, I'm really good friends with Synjen, so I'm not too worried about it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Touche, because
You're still on the wait list.
that's pretty much the way I.
But now he's in the tournament, as you can tell.
Pretty much the way I handled everybody that like texted me, emailed me, called me, DM'd me, sent a passenger pigeon or whatever they're called.
I love those. That's what I sent.
Messenger pigeon.
I meant to send you a message a couple years ago. It still hadn't arrived
Some
yet.
smoke signals, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The easiest way for me to not get anything confused was just to send it to that adam.miller.memorial@gmail.com, because we can track everything that way, and there is no like communication errors. It's just all in one place.
All right. Chris James, Harrison Moon, Kyle Miskelly.
Yep, that's player team.
They
They are
current players.
Yep, current UTC players. Chris James is
Tight
a
end.
6th-year tight end. Harrison Moon's a 6th-year tackle. Muskelly's a 5th-year senior. And another Moon's buddies are playing. That team is sponsored by Lisa Tarr.
Yes,
Miss Tar.
Yep,
the
Lisa
one and
Tarr.
only.
Is she
sponsoring
coming?
the team.
So we don't know yet. We're
Miss Tar?
I'm hoping Miss Tar can make an appearance.
I need some candy.
And everybody knows she would. If
Bring
she,
some of them Martinelli's apple juice.
she had the
things.
best snacks of all time.
I always had what I wanted.
No matter what.
I always had what I wanted. Even if there was like one piece of candy left, it was what I wanted. You know, I loved it.
Bag of Cheez-Its, whatever it was. It was.
But that's the Lisa Tarr team. That's the UTC football.
Fantastic. Jamie Cheek, Taylor Dodds, Todd Bradley, and teammate.
You remember Dodds?
I know Dodds.
And Dodds-
Okay, over and under real quick. Over under. What's the over under on Taylor Dodds wearing a visor?
Well, it's 100%. So
Yeah,
if you can go over 100%, I'd take it.
What's the over under on a combination of visor and shorts that go above his knees?
You just added to the percentage. It's like 120%
yeah,
now, and I'm
there-
still taking the over.
All right.
It's
There
100%
is no bet.
over.
But I do
If
want
he's watching right now and screws me out of this bet, I'm going to be pissed.
I do want to shout out his dad real quick. His dad's coming to volunteer his
Yes.
time. He's going to be there
Awesome.
all day, shoot pictures.
Yep, he will.
He did great pictures.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
always
he
did
takes
some of the-
really good pictures.
Some of the best pictures at the games.
Really good
and
pictures.
Just wanted to come out and really just show some support, hang out with the boys. He actually made a joke when he was texting with me about coming. Was well, maybe not everybody knows, but Adam used to drink Jaeger, and that's kind of where I got that from. And not a whole lot of not a whole lot of people drank Jaeger back in the day or ever voluntarily.
Hey, real quick.
I want to tell a
I
story
hate to
real
break
quick
this
when
up.
you get done.
Yeah, I hate to break this up. Was there Jaeger stories prior to you getting to UTC?
No. I'm sure there wasn't.
I don't know what
He
you're
got
trying-
it from Adam.
Are you trying to insinuate something?
Trying to insinuate something. Wasn't because you and Adam went to the same
Well,
high school?
No, he
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
21.
Oh yeah.
But did y'all hang out in high school?
No. Adam was much older than me. I knew who he was, and we kind of like mashed a little bit that way.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
but he was still 4 years ahead of me, so
Makes sense.
not really. But he kind of took me under his wing basically once college like became a thing, and
yeah, makes
really
sense.
really once I started like looking, and then like my senior year of high school, once I kind of not publicly made a decision, but when I was up there, I was 17, 18 years old, hanging out with y'all a little
Yeah.
bit.
That was terrible timing.
And it was great. Funny story. Just literally 3 weeks ago, my mom called me and was like, "Hey, so I found this thing in the garage," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, This was 2 weeks after I think we lost Adam, or maybe even the week after. She's like, "It's an old ID of Adam Miller's." And I was like, what a coincidence. Everybody knows that Adam and I look very similar, and we kind of made a joke about us being brothers. So I may have.
It might have actually fell out in laundry.
It got in my wallet somehow. I don't. You know how things happen. They just cross over and.
Yeah.
Was she pissed?
Oh no, she
don't care.
But
anymore.
it's just it blows my mind how something that small can happen right after the fact, and I mean I don't know. I mean, Lord, y'all, my parents have lived in the same house since like '89 or something, and somehow, and I don't go home regularly, and
Universe.
Somehow, we lose Adam one week, and the next week my mom finds his ID, and I just thought that was.
We should keep that.
That was hilarious. I still got it.
Yeah,
you should. For sure.
Speaking of Jaeger, though.
Oh, yeah, go to it.
Hey, what do you mix with Jaeger? What's the thing you used to mix with Jaeger?
Jaeger and Mountain Dew, Jaeger and Monster.
Jaeger and
Monster.
Jaeger and Monster.
Okay.
So I'll never forget it. We went to Destin. We stayed in the same place in Destin twice for spring break.
What's his name? Matt.
Matt Hamilton. Shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt.
Shout out, Matt. We stayed in the same place like 3 years in a row. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that year it was me, Synjen, Shane, Adam, a few other people.
Oh yeah.
And I'll never forget it. We got into Destin. We got to that freaking condo at like, I don't know, 9 at night, maybe. Something like that. Next thing I know, Synjen and Adam both have the big ass like pitchers that you bring around if you're a waitress, you bring around and fill people's drinks up, those big ass pitchers. And they filled them all the way full with Jaeger and Monsters or whatever the hell you just said. Jaeger and Red Bull.
It was an energy.
It was
drink.
It was either
Bull, wasn't it?
Monster or Red Bull. Yeah.
I think it was Red Bull.
I don't
So
think
it
we
was Jaeger
discriminated.
and Red Bull. And both of them were gone within like 30 minutes.
That makes me want to throw up.
There's
It absolutely. I did not partake.
There's some legendary photos in this little device here that will never be seen by the public that I know that are some of the best things from that week.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
There's
If some pictures ever get out from your phone, I'll kill you.
Oh, well, that's
I'll kill you.
that's the reason there's plenty of photos on here.
If I ever had a career in politics,
Yeah,
I have to
that
stay
would
on your
be
good
the-
side.
Yep.
That would be the one guy that could ever stop me from being the president of the United States.
He will send me stuff I don't even remember. Anyways, all right. So next team.
Quick shout out before
Here
we
we
go
go.
on.
Yeah.
Miss Lisa Tar is watching right now.
She is.
Love Miss Lisa.
Thank you for
said she loves
sponsoring
it.
that team, Miss Lisa.
I'm
Is she
sure-
coming,
Let's see what she says.
Miss Lisa?
You're on the spot
Live
now, Miss
tweet
Lisa.
us if you're coming.
If
Please-
you're watching,
please
it's on
show up.
Facebook, and right now all you have to do is leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Ethan, what are we looking at? If I move something, I'm probably gonna miss everything.
Ethan, how do we look at the comments, please?
Hey, Karen Brinks is in here.
Mrs. Brinks.
That was the year of the cut foot. You remember?
Oh, it was. Ooh, they were pissed.
They
Keep
were
up with
not-
it. Are you watching the comments?
I just
Well, that was
Keep up with
was on the condo for not having
Hey.
a properly fitting lid to that electrical box.
yeah, that wasn't. And
Scott
that was,
Brinks.
This is incredible.
Get out of here!
What? That's a throwback. I feel like we're about to have a
in here
workout.
right now.
What?
Coach Brinks, comment on Facebook right now that you're on here.
He's on here. He's on
I
here.
can see
He's
him.
on.
He's on here right
I'm
now.
jacked up.
I'm fired up right now.
I love the whole Brinks family. They're in Richmond right now.
Love
Hey,
the Brinks.
quick shout out to Herren Tyson telling me how skinny I look. I appreciate it, buddy. I don't
My
know.
boy. Hey,
Man.
real quick though, can I mention something as far as like my wrestling career? Side note, real quick.
Here
3 minute
Yes.
story.
Here
Go
we
ahead.
go. Here we go.
You know, listen, y'all always came and supported, and
Yes.
I loved you guys for that. Like,
No doubt.
soft spot in my heart. Always gonna remember that because a lot of people didn't. You know who also did? When I was traveling,
Who?
I was in the D.C. area. I started doing
Yes.
D.C. shows.
Yes.
And Coach Brinks and Coach Huesman
Yes.
reached out to me and said, you know what? We're going to come. Your dad messaged me on Twitter, and Coach Brinks is like, hey, I'm getting with Coach Huesman. We're going to come. And I was like, okay, cool. Didn't really think, because they're busy,
Oh.
and they're in Richmond. Didn't think they'd come. Those
Dude,
guys.
Richmond is like 4.5 hours from D.C. if you factor in all the bullshit
Yeah, dude,
crap traffic.
those
on
guys.
95, the worst interstate in America.
Those guys came and sat there and watched the whole show. I was the main event. So, it was, you know, an indie show, it's 2-3 hours of miserableness until the main event gets there.
of course.
Dead wrong.
But
they're
stayed,
so fun.
stood up the whole time,
have
cheered
a
the whole
blast.
time. I felt like I was about to play a game. Like, I was more jacked for that appearance probably than almost any of them. Like, I always had my family and stuff around here in town. But to have them in Washington,
Yes.
D.C.,
That was
that's
I
pretty
remember
sweet.
That.
That's pretty
I
sweet.
remember that.
So I love those guys. I will love the Brinks.
that's
I'll love the
when I was
Huesmans
there.
forever.
Why was I not there?
You were at Georgia State.
That was when I was at Georgia
You was
State.
at Georgia State.
I just missed it.
Because
I'm
I'd
pissed
called
off.
you and you said you would have came, but you
Yeah.
went to you was up at Richmond. What you were
No, I mean I left there in like January or something. I mean I missed your show by like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway,
If I'd have turned down that Georgia State job, I'd have been at the show.
but you made so many, so I mean, anyway, sidetrack.
Oh,
I
I
got
was there
sidetracked
all
there.
the time.
Back to the list. Back to the list.
Back
Go
to the real
ahead.
life. All
We're
right.
taking forever on this list.
But we
I love
should, because everyone that
Yeah.
bought a ticket deserves to
it.
have
They
their
do.
name.
They do need to be recognized.
Barrett Alberton.
That's you know
An
know
email?
who that is.
I remember seeing it. I can't remember why. I remember seeing. I just saw like an email or text about it. I apologize.
Barrett, if you're watching, we apologize. We don't know you
we can
personally.
we
We're
can blame
looking
it
forward
on.
to meeting
I can
you
blame it on Don. I'll
at
just
the
say that
thing.
it's
Well,
Don.
it's
Don's
either
fault.
Don or TJ.
Well, I'm just gonna say it's Don.
Quick rant. I went on.
Probably
I went on.
Don.
I hope
It's probably
Coach,
Don.
I hope Coach Sprinks is still watching. I went on a rant the other day on the show
ahead.
about the 1,400 pound club. Never got my stuff. Still salty about that, but I love you.
No.
Just want to say that.
Oh
Self-employed.
no.
Hole number 11, which I'm upset that I didn't get started on hole number 11. Anyways,
Well, get over it.
Dallas Walker, Big
Yeah,
Dallas.
D-Wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's in
He's
logistics
got a
these
team.
days, so he's doing it.
He's fired up about it.
Yeah, I bet he is. I'm assuming he's decent. I don't know, but I'm assuming he is. He seems like an athlete.
I've seen him back in
Yeah.
the gym lately. He's looking pretty jacked.
yeah, so that's good.
He's an athlete.
All right, hole 12, Hiron.
Horrendous eye.
Thank you, Jacob.
Horrendous eye.
Thank you,
That's my
Jacob.
guy.
Tagging in.
He's a really good friend of mine.
Sounds
He's
like he'd be a friend of yours. Like that name just sounds like you know
Yeah,
him.
he's in like the hotel development business, and
Sounds important.
I'm pretty sure he built the Moxie. He built like 4 other hotels in Chattanooga. He took me out to the Honors one time. It was a great freaking time.
So a good guy to know.
He's fantastic,
All
and
right.
he's playing.
Now I'm not going to say this is my favorite team in the group,
Here we go.
but most
go ahead.
likely my favorite team in the group. All right,
Okay, go ahead.
hole 13A. We're going to call this team Team Hall of Fame because I don't know of any other. Is there any other Hall of Famers in this bracket?
I don't understand what you're talking about. Keep going, and
Okay,
I'll tell you.
it's gonna be Team Hall of Fame led by the People's Captain Gunner Miller. Even though I'm not the Hall of
Okay.
Famer, okay, so
Right.
People's Captain here, captain of the team.
Well, you never told us who the rest of your team was.
My
so
brother-in-law
I asked
Jay.
you for a text to tell me who the rest of the team was.
It's a
and you never
surprise,
did.
but I'm breaking the news right now.
Okay.
My brother-in-law
Okay,
Jay.
all right,
Here we
good.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
My brother-
Finally.
yeah, my-
Don, if you're listening, get on Google Sheets and add
Yeah.
these names.
Don't worry. He just
Thank you,
he
Don.
texted me and said he's live like editing as we go.
That boy Donald.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
That's
Thank
why
you,
we
Don.
love Don.
I can't get to
Preparation.
my
Yeah,
computer
see,
right
if
now.
this
Don was the smart one of the group.
If this was us, we'd be sitting there watching, drinking beer, like, oh God,
Playing
somebody's-
Call of
I'll
Duty,
make up
not
a mental
listening.
note.
Somebody's got to remember that.
Waiting for our name to be said. All right, so my brother-in-law Jay Rashke, he's gonna play. He was a
Jay's a
alumni
good dude. I like
in the
him.
'90s. I'm sure Jay's gonna be there with a good time. I'm sure he's always ready to party.
Yeah.
See, I don't think he's going to drink as many beers as I would like him to. That's
Hey,
no,
I
you
think
don't
he's gonna
understand.
wuss out.
No, you don't understand. A regular day from a man Jay is
oh, I know.
a regular day.
I like to see Jay.
Just a regular day.
I really.
Okay,
I would like
prove
to.
it.
I would like to ask April if Jay could also be in attendance on that Thursday evening
Ooh.
after the tournament.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
Because
you know what? My sister's she drinks a little bit now.
What?
I would
And
like
guess
both.
who, and the third teammate is my girlfriend Tia. She's gonna do it. But the fourth teammate, this is why it's Team Hall of Fame.
This is the Hall of Famer.
This is
Okay.
Team Hall of Fame. My sister's gonna play,
April.
and I'm not gonna say
That's the only reason it's Team Hall of Fame.
well, but she
that
is the only
correct?
person in the Hall of Fame.
I'm not
We're
saying
gonna
no.
need to fact check.
Yeah, we may
that.
have
We
If
can
check
fact
anybody
check
can
it.
fact check that.
Donna,
and
we can fact check
message
it.
us.
But if you could just change hole 13A to Team Hall of Fame led
Let's-
by
let's
People's
not do it.
Captain,
Don't
I
do it.
appreciate it.
Don't
Love
do
you,
that,
love
Don.
you, Donald. All right.
Don't do that.
just a quick
Don,
shout out.
Go ahead and change that team to Team Last Place.
Okay, and we'll get to that.
Yep.
Remind me to get to that.
Hey, Coach E just checked in here on Facebook.
Coach E.
Asking about Nick D. Nick will be there.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but I hope Coach E can make an appearance. That would be incredible.
That'd be nice.
Coach E, if you want to come, you're more than welcome, sir.
Please.
All right. Also sharing hole 13 with me. So
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead.
13B.
This
All
is
right,
like the
well,
terrible twos.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I know who this is.
You do.
Go ahead.
This is Team McCarter, Zach McCarter,
Okay,
and
yeah,
friends.
that's right.
So I'm assuming that's
I don't know who's
that's
on that
Andy.
Andy Christopher, I think, is one of them. I think his
Andy's
Probably
brother.
Synjen Herren.
Well, yeah, I think I may be like if I
potentially have to play.
If I get a chance.
So you're telling me that you're potentially on the same hole as me, and you're just now giving me this information?
Well, let the people find
surprise.
out.
All right. Oh, listen, I like surprises. All right, so let's just say hole 13 A and B is going to be it's going to be quite a hole. Especially with the people behind us and the people in front of us, because the team right in front of us is Ricky Spalding, Landis Wilkerson, my boy Jordan.
Also wrong. This is the other coaches group.
But is Tippett going to be in this team?
Tippett
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Actually, I might have been wrong. Tippett, I think, might be in the morning.
We're going to need to switch that around. I'll talk to him.
I'll tell Don. Don't worry about that one, Don. I'll get that one fixed around.
Whichever coach shows up in the morning, they can play. Whichever coach shows up.
I suggest Tippett plays in that.
I know Coach Malone, our O-line coach, is going to be in the afternoon.
Okay, that's cool. I like Malone.
Coach Yeager, our linebackers coach, is going to be in the afternoon.
And Tip would be a good third for that team. That sounds like a beer drinking team myself, if I was guessing.
I've got to go back to my text messages because I don't know if there was some specific times when people couldn't.
We may have to get some White Claws though.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, we're
real
getting
quick.
White Claws. Go ahead. Yeah, keep going.
Hal Dickey has a team, and then Jeff Holden has two team reserved.
Correct.
That's Kara's father.
Yes.
And
okay.
He's kind of. I know he for sure. He was like, as soon as we announced this thing, he texted me and was like, "Hey, I need two teams for sure." And I know Hal's part of a third partner and all that whole thing. But he definitely 100% wants to be there, and he wants to meet a lot of people as well.
Great. Hole 17, Ty Beck.
Yep,
it's Beck with
another,
an O though, right?
Yeah, Beck.
That's and Andrew Manning.
That is another UTC player team.
I know Andrew. I know Andrew's dad. So he played at Ottawa when my niece was there.
Correct.
So I know Andrew.
That's another player team. We got two player teams from UTC, two coaches teams from UTC.
And then Bryant Ballou, Alex Hooper, Casey Hamburger, and Jacob Revis.
The one and only
that's a former Mott's
High
team.
Barger.
That'll be a good team.
In case nobody knows the sense of humor, I'm sure these guys do.
I
though.
got it.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the people listening that know me do.
The joke didn't go over there.
All right, so that's the 44 to 46 teams.
I do know we have a couple more that are kind of in limbo. I know Coach Healy up at Charlotte may be able to make it, and Carter Crutchfield up there, Coda Nix. All those guys are trying to figure out a way with the whole football thing getting ready to kick back off. A lot of those guys are tied up.
They've got time, trust me.
But I'm really hoping that those guys
need to get their ass down.
Portland Elsie, Dustin Tate just joined in. What's up, boys? Miss you guys. Haven't seen you in forever, it seems. Hopefully
Tate,
we see
get
you.
your ass to the tournament.
Yeah. Is he not playing?
No, I never got an email or a text from Tate. Get your ass.
My dad
over
just
there.
joined the group. Dad, welcome in.
He just now joined.
I'm sure he's been in and out.
Coach is looking out for Nick, his boy. He said make sure Nick has a cart. He doesn't want him to have to walk anywhere.
Okay, that's a really good idea. We should also probably have an IQ test for some of these guys coming into it. That's what we should have done. IQ test to get into the tournament.
Well,
then
we'd have like 20 teams.
Can we take payment first?
Yeah. Take payment, then do the IQ test, and then you get kicked out. All right. So what I suggest is that we should do the. Did we already talk about this? The person that comes in last place.
Well, yeah. That's what you mentioned, and I'm actually kind of the wheels are turning. I'm trying to figure out what would be the best thing to do for that, because we of course have something little baskets and whatnot made for the winners. I'm actually really excited to see what those are going to look like, because I may not be the most creative and I get what design person ever, and I know that you two aren't either.
Heck no.
But Kara reached out to me and was like, "Hey, what can I do to help?" She wanted to be a part, so her and TJ's wife Whitney and Matt's wife Bailey and a lot of the girls always get together. So they're actually kind of heading that up as far as like actually making, designing these baskets for the winners, and just trying to show a little bit of something they just wanted to be a part of, which I greatly appreciated, because I was going to probably do like a Walmart bag or something. I didn't quite think about it until like
it wouldn't look good, but the same stuff would be in there.
And the point would be,
but we want it to look good.
Miss Tar just said, "What's the goal of fund to raise?" And I think we touched on it earlier. I don't know if this comment's just now or earlier, but I think that we could probably hit possibly $50,000.
That's kind of what I mean, I don't necessarily want to like set a goal, and I know that a lot of people have like, and we'll make an announcement once we do figure everything out. But I just want to raise as much money as we can to help Adam's family, and that's as far as his wife Kara, his daughter Maddie, and his unborn son baby Adam. And I want to make sure that funds aren't that's not even a factor in anybody's mind right now. And I know the support that they've gotten so far up to this point has been just tremendous. But just as far as like from the Mock family and as being just a brother on the field, I want to make sure that's something that's not a burden on any of them at any point. And I know a lot of the guys feel the same way. It's just our way to show support. And we've had a ton of guys reach out that have spread out for different jobs, different reasons, that want to be able to help and have just been like, hey, let me know how I can send some money. And anybody that wants to donate anything, as far as money, donations, as far as the raffle or anything like that, feel free to hit the email, hit any of us up on any of the social medias. We'll eventually get to it, and we'll make sure that this whole thing, it's nothing about, I don't really know much about like nonprofits or anything like that, or who makes money how. Like 100% of this money is going to that family. That's what Adam would want. That's what, I mean, it's been phenomenal for us to just reconnect with a lot of the guys and see the support, but it's nothing that we don't, there is nobody else taking anything off the top or charging us anything just to be a part of it. It's literally going straight to the family.
Yeah, I think if somebody thinks that we were trying to make money off of this, they don't know any of the guys involved.
That's dead wrong.
Adam would be one of the guys that if anything was to happen to any of us or anybody that was in our group or in our Mock family, to help put this thing together. So, if you can, come out and support. You don't have to give money. It's not even about giving money at this point.
Buy a raffle ticket.
Yeah, buy
a couple raffle tickets.
Show up.
Just come out and see everybody,
contest. Man. Come hang out. We've got barbecue for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, that feeling you get, like you're still kind of involved as coaching and stuff, and you're around the guys more so than I am. But like, dude, I feel like I'm about to go to summer camp. Like, I feel like I'm about to see all the guys again. Like that first day of summer camp when everybody's kind of been home for a little bit or a couple of weeks and we're about to get started. I'm just excited to see everybody, man. And, it's hard to, think that it might be extremely emotional as well. But, like, there's going to be a bunch of emotions going on, not just, like, sad emotions or, like, depressing type emotions or negative emotions, just everyone happy to see each other. And I don't think that everyone knew how close of a family like all the guys were for that, the Huesman era. Like everyone was extremely close. We were always together. I mean, we were out drinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we were together practically all the time. I mean, Coach Brink smelled us on Friday morning, so he knew.
And you knew as far as like the players, the coaching staff, our support staff, everybody was that close.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Coach Brinks was one of the first people I called, and it was one of the hardest conversations I've ever had to make. And that in itself just kind of proved to me that it wasn't like, I know a lot of people talk about like, oh, like you bleed together, you sweat together, blah blah blah. Like I get that, but it's so much more than that. The brotherhood that it actually builds is just unbelievable. Coach Brinks has been a part of my life for a long time, and he's still somebody to this day. I haven't seen him in years, and I could pick up the phone and call him and say, hey, I need this. And him and his whole family would do anything they could to help me out.
Absolutely.
And I know Coach Huesman's the same way. A lot of those guys, Coach Malone, Coach Atkins, all the coaches I've had that have touched my life have been great parts of my life.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a special day, and if we can make this thing happen, on an annual basis. I was reading back through the comments. I saw Justin Gallion said, "Hey, I can't make it this year, but if it's an annual thing, I'm in." Like he'll schedule it.
Gallion, book it for next year.
And I think that like guys would do that, and I don't know how many. If you go to high school, go to college, you have like reunions and stuff, and a lot of people don't show up. Mm-hmm. This is almost like Adam, getting us all together and being like, "Hey guys, I'm not here, but all you guys need to get together, love on each other, remember me in the process." And he's kind of the captain of this whole situation because he's the one that's going to be bringing us together on an annual basis, and we're going to have a reunion each year in the name of Adam. 100%. So, I mean.
And then that's what's been great is just been, like, reaching out to guys and other guys reaching out to us saying, hey, like, how can I be a part of this? Like, I don't necessarily can't make it or I can't monetarily be able to help, but can I show up? Like, and stuff like that is just it's incredible, and just to see guys and hear from guys you haven't even thought about or heard from it. To me, it's better than any sort of reunion. There, because think about it. I've not been to any kind of reunions or anything as far as like high school, but there's always those people that you want to see, and then there's a whole lot of people you don't really want to see or don't really care to see.
Yeah.
But I can't really think of anybody in this group that, everybody just is guys that I would want to see and want to talk to and catch up with.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where time's gonna go by really fast, and we'll feel like I didn't get a chance to say everything I wanted to say to everyone that I wanted to say something to. But hopefully I get around to everybody. I know that's I wish I wouldn't have played now. I wish I kind of just would have been like driving around in a golf cart hanging out with all the boys. But too late. I'm gonna play. It is what it is. Katie Sloan Miller just joined the group.
You're more than welcome to show up at 5:30.
I'm gonna pass. I'm busy.
Hey, come out. You can go pick up the Chick-fil-A biscuits.
Are you coming at 5:30 in the morning?
Bro, I'll be there right at 5:30 on the nose with the biggest.
Oh, you got to play in the
coffee.
morning though, right?
No, I got to be there to help set up for registration. I'm one of the ones helping run the dang thing.
Yeah, I'm in the group. I'm taking credit for it. I'm just not involved.
Well, that's fair. You can do
What?
that.
That's pretty much the story of my life.
That's pretty much Gunner's.
You can do that if you want to. That's
the story of my life.
Show up and shake hands, kiss babies.
Yeah,
the BJ way.
Take credit of being on the defense, but the worst player on the team. Anyway, it's fantastic. It's great.
Well, don't say that. That's dead wrong. He had the best eye black on the team.
100%.
R.I.P. Ultimate Warrior.
That's right. Dude, how cool would it be if he was still around? Could you imagine those conversations that would still be happening?
He would be at the tournament. I know he would.
We would have already met. We'd be like friends at this point. That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah. He would be at the tournament. I know he would.
Think about that, dude. It's been, almost a decade since we all met.
That's crazy.
That's pretty bonkers.
I haven't thought about that at all.
Almost a decade.
Long freaking time. Oh my gosh.
And to touch on what you said, you was talking about the brotherhood and like the blood, sweat, and tears and like the bond. Dude, it's like scientifically proven that if you go to war with each other, if you're in a sport with each other, if like you're training together every day with each other and you're going through these tough times and like having to overcome adversity with each other, you have a different relationship. I could not see you guys for another decade, and I could pick up this conversation exactly where it left off. Like that's how you know like who your brothers are and who your family is. You will always be able to just pick up the conversation like you just left off and like you've just seen each other an hour ago. And it's a special bond, and I'm proud to call you guys friends. So
I won't say that out loud.
Synjen, you put me on the spot. Say you're proud to be my friend.
I will speak for Synjen.
Synjen, tell me you love me.
We are proud to call you our friend as well.
Jacob, I love you.
I love you too.
Synjen, tell me I love you.
I usually like interviews and stuff.
Synjen, tell me you love me.
I always defer to Jacob.
Synjen, tell me you love me.
He's been doing that for a decade. So that's nothing new. He's been deferring to me for a decade in any camera, microphone situation.
Yeah, I never defer at all. I was always able to.
It didn't matter what it was. It was just if anybody came up, and everybody was like, "Hey, do you play for Chattanooga?" Well,
hey, that's our quarterback.
But that quarterback over there, you want to talk to him? Like, oh, kids, like y'all want an autograph? Yeah, Jacob's right over there.
That's funny. That's true though.
He did that all
exactly
the time.
what you do.
It was. I got used to it. It was funny.
All right, you guys want to talk about anything else? We'd have been on here for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we can cut this thing. I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
You got anything, Jacob?
I have to piss.
You got anything?
Anything
going on? Any Mox news I need to know about?
No.
Can't break any news yet. Guess what I did?
What'd you do?
We started selling sanitizer through our 12-Point Logistics company.
Really?
Yeah. So we're like
a little late on that one, huh?
A little late, but we're like right as it was happening.
Oh.
So
you made it sound like you just started it.
We just started once the pandemic happened.
The coronavirus.
No, like as it was happening, we started production and stuff. Anyways,
that's pretty good.
So my number one customer is the University of Tennessee Chattanooga.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we had little 3-ounce bottles of hand sanitizer made up for them, and I have to deliver that to them monthly on a basis.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's
Do
pretty
they
cool.
put that in the
so are you bringing some for the tournament?
I have a few Chattanooga ones left. I'll bring some.
I don't care if they're Chattanooga or not. We're social distancing. We're practicing safe.
We are. So, yeah, we'll do that. I'll bring some hand sanitizer. I'll have the guys bring some hand sanitizer. Maybe one of the guys will come with me and pass some out.
That'd be great.
Yeah. It's called Chattapure. Chat Pure hand
Chat
sanitizer.
Pure. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's actually like a big deal.
Complimentary, guys. That's just another reason to show up to combat the
complimentary $3.50 a bottle. Complimentary $3.50 a bottle. Plus tax.
Complimentary.
$9.25.
Thanks to 12 Point Logistics.
Handling fee, traveling fee.
Shout out 12 Point.
That's
Complimentary bottles of hand sanitizer to combat the coronavirus.
Miss Tar, they got our sanitizer in the office. That was mine, Miss Tar. You didn't know that. Tell them to order some more. I need that commission check. Didn't get no free favors while I was there. I need some now. Pay back for all those neck injuries nobody wanted to talk about. Anyways.
I want to talk about them.
No, I won't talk about them. Chris Harr, Scott Brink still in here. All right, anyway, so let's get out of here. Let's send everybody home. So next Wednesday, what day is that? What's the date for that?
17th.
June 17th, next Wednesday, Adam Miller Memorial Tournament. If you're a friend of a teammate, if you're a teammate, if you're alumni, if you're in any capacity a part of the old Mox family or the current Mox family or the current Mox regime, anything unless you were involved with that stupid coach that we had. What was his name for like a year? What was his name?
I knew it was going to come.
What was his name?
Tom Arth.
Tom Arth, that jackwagon. Jeez.
I knew that was coming.
Anyways, as long as you were not involved with Tom Arth, and unless you're one of my boys and you were involved and you had to be involved with him, I get it, Kadeen. But unless you were involved with Tom Arth, you're allowed to come to the tournament. I'm kidding. Anybody come, check it out. It's for a good cause. Come raise some money with us. Let us hit that $50,000 mark. Hopefully we hit it. Maybe we exceed it. Who knows? We won't know until Wednesday. But I just want to thank Synjen.
You should.
And Jacob for coming on to the show. This is something
Maybe it'll be quicker than 11 months until I get back on another show.
Hey, we'll get you back on. I want to do
did
more.
I screw this one up?
Jacob, now that we know where this place, I didn't know where this place was.
We know what time he shoots.
The worst thing about Synjen is letting him know anywhere that you might possibly be.
Because you never know when I'll show up.
He'll just show up. But you know what? That's why I love him as well. So come check us out. Thank you guys for coming on. I talked to Jacob about this. I want to do another one where we go back through and watch an old Mox game and do like a Mox companion where we do commentary on an old game, kind of crack some jokes or, brag on our glory days and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. But, all right. So we're going to get out of here. This is Chat with Gunner, episode 24. Go to the YouTube page, like it, subscribe it, leave a comment. Go over to Apple Podcasts, where we are a 5-star podcast and heavily growing. Leave a 5-star review on that, and label it the best podcast in Chattanooga. And head over to the newest podcasting platform, the biggest podcasting platform now, Spotify. I don't know what you do on that, but go over there and do something with it. I appreciate it. Share this page. Spread the word. Adam, we love you. Going way too soon. Rest in peace, my friend. We love you. We're out of here. Bye.